says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you lusting is the one you're loving?
Oh, speaking of that, yesterday, speaking of pit bulls and house cats, Elon Musk and Zuckerberg are supposed to be fighting.
Yes.
I actually want to see this, which I'm mad at myself for wanting to see this, but I do. And I got my money on Zuckerberg.
Me too.
Okay. All right. So you're so damn smart. Why? Why do you know Zuckerberg's going to beat the brakes off of him?
Elon talks a good game, right? Elon talk a good game. But people that talk a lot normally can't fight. Like, it's the way he carries himself. And then Mark got this real quiet, kind of pent up frustration about him that I be peeping in his videos. And he's staying in some pretty good shape. I seen that video he had wearing that like bulletproof vest looking thing. I said, okay, dude's staying in pretty good shape on that compound. I know he worried about people kidnapping his family all the time. So he probably like work out and stuff. And I just feel like, especially because of the frustration of their business deals, they both got a lot of like, you know, Mark threw everything away on Meta. It still ain't working out. He throwing bad money at the good. And then you got Elon, who just threw all his Twitter money away. So I know they both coming in with a lot of rage, you know, but I want to see, I think Mark is going to bring that quiet confidence where he just want to destroy this man. And I don't think Elon's ready for that. I think he's going to want to talk like 30 seconds in and he's going to already be getting beat up.
Yeah. Well, two things. First of all, Mark Zuckerberg is a Taurus. Number one. And we tend to be intense in the things that we do. Good, bad, or ugly. We're going to go all in. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, see.
To that, right? So we just going to be doing something. We're going to do it. You're good, bad, or ugly. Because it can go left at any point in time because we usually tend to be type A, you know, and them quiet Tauruses, like them Tim Duncans and stuff, like the folk you ain't checking for, them be the ones, not the ones with the mouth like me.
The way he responded, he didn't even use the proper words of English. He was so mad, he didn't even spend the time to make a complete sentence. He just said, send me location. You know what I mean? Like, that's a brother that want to fight. He don't even have time for thee. Like,
for articles and extraneous words.
He said, here's 3 words. Send me location. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be there, Elon. Let's do this. It's sad to watch this time we living in. We really are living in the idiocracy. I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
I did. I started talking about that when Trump was running for president.
Yes.
And I was like, if he gets elected, that's like Terry Crews.
Yes.
You don't like his intelligence. It played out, except it's worse than the movie.
It really
we're
is
in right now, because we just went through a pandemic where you would think common sense and all this, people fighting over masks, trying to kidnap the governor of Michigan. I was like, this is the worst. This world.
It really is.
We got billionaires trying to fight each other. This is crazy. Really crazy. This is where billionaires going under the sea.
Right.
And we just had Little Mermaid. And then there's some jokes going on about, I mean, this is just too much.
Why our billionaires got to be corny, man? We need a better breed of billionaire. Like, why y'all don't put on bat suits and fight crime or something like, or do like the Dubai people that just be rich everywhere. They just be opulent. Just, oh, you know what? I'm building a high rise tower under the sea. You like, man, why would you do that? But that's like billionaire stuff to me. I'm gonna fight you, man. I know people that fight for free. I know people that's been fighting over Facebook and Twitter since I was a kid. Like, what are you doing?
Yo, somebody likened it to bum fight. Remember the bum fights that
I remember those.
I'm not gonna say I watched any of them, but 866801825.
Videos were popular.
Somebody was watching them. I'm not saying that I was. All right. So speaking of the Ocean Gate, I do want to lift up one person who didn't want to be on the boat. His 19-year-old university student. His aunt was saying that he did not want to be on this at all. She said, you know, think about the circumstances which led desperate people to come here. Oh no, that's Obama. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay. All right. In the days leading up to this Titan vessel in Newfoundland, Canada, 19-year-old university student went on this trip with his father on this expedition. He expressed hesitation about going. His aunt Her name is Azma Dawood, the sister of the Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood, who is the dad, told NBC News that her nephew Suleiman informed her that he was not very much up for it and felt terrified about the trip to explore the wreckage, but he ended up going because the trip fell on Father's Day weekend, and he was eager to please his dad, who was passionate about this, Titanic trip. And the last 4 days, she said, have been agonizing for she and her family. They were glued to the television as news coverage of the hunt, kept displaying, the worst fear. She said, I feel like I've been caught in a really bad film with a countdown, but you didn't know what you're counting down to. She said, I personally have found it difficult to breathe thinking about them. And I never thought I would have an issue drawing breath. The aunt said, she said, it's been unlike any experience I've ever had. And so, this young man, 19, a whole life ahead of him, went to please his dad's not here anymore. We could leave space for him for sure. Then you got folk out there trying to politically capitalize, like Dan Crenshaw. He's the guy with the eye patch. Yeah, I didn't want to say the guy with the eye patch. Just like some people in Texas call the governor Hot Wheels. I don't want to participate in that.
Yeah, I don't either. But yeah. I think saying he has an eye patch is different than like calling him like Mr. Eye Patch or something, right? Like when you said Dan Crenshaw, I was like, oh yeah, the guy with the eye patch, they had to issue a SNL picking on him. Like I don't think that was ableist.
Okay, all right, just making sure that so Eye Patch guy was out there on Twitter saying that blaming President Biden for it. He said there's no progress. Our government is failing. The government ain't had nothing to do with this. Joe Biden's like, how am I in it? I didn't commission this trip. This ain't a military exploration. He said all Coast Guard has to do is let Magellan save these people and help them get their equipment. Because, he's former military, so he knows everything. Like, were you in the anyway, Mr. President, you could solve this problem right now and save lives. So you know who had to gather him on the Twitters?
Who?
Joe Exotic, the Tiger King himself, who also I think is running for president. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, this is can't make this stuff up. It is. It absolutely is. So he said at Dan Crenshaw, Texas, quit looking for someone to blame. They built it, got in it, took that risk, launched it, and if it imploded, no one could have done anything. Hats off to the U.S. Coast Guard and everyone who searched for it. Maybe God just don't want us to be at the bottom of the ocean to screw things up.
He tweeted this from prison.
Apparently, he's on Twitter.
They got Twitter in prison.
Yeah, I think so. Bill Cosby was tweeting? Wasn't OJ tweeting from prison? I don't remember.
You have to call them and then relay it to the person that got your Twitter account, and then they tweet it, or they give you phones in there. You got laptops. Like I got way more questions than answers off of the fact that Joe entered the fray. Because I just feel like that seemed like not the top priority when I guess he ain't got nothing else to do. I take
what else he got to do? He's in jail. Yeah. But he made me want to follow him though. Because I was like, either that or whoever has his Twitter account is really smart.
Is he? I feel like I don't follow him, but I feel like 75% of his tweets got to be about Carol Baskins. And then the other 25% about running for president. It's no way it's a balanced account.
Let me see. I'm on there now. Nope, he got LGBTQ people in there. He said in today's movement, you need to clean up your act, dress appropriate. So he's on the wrong side of some things, right? I guess I don't know. Mind you. Okay. Oh no, he said as a gay man, I forgot he was gay. As a gay man, I'm ashamed of those who represent my lifestyle in this way. Lord. Get your SHIT together. So he out there doing Lord. That. Let me see what else he's tweeting. He got prison. He's posing. He must be real popular in
prison.
I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. But yeah, he out there doing some things. So that's
all right. Well, I guess Joe he's running for president. That's a political issue. I just feel like the thing that shocked me the most was when they came out yesterday after they said they would have run out of oxygen. They was like, oh yeah, we heard an implosion like 3-4 days ago. I'm like, so y'all been knew these people was dead. So what was this for? Like,
and
this for show? Yeah, they was. Yes. Oh, we heard some banging down there. It's probably the Dolphins
saying, "Hey, they this thing imploded," because they real super smart and frisky.
Right,
I heard Dolphins be.
It was the killer whales down there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I run my fingers through her hair as she smiles and says that she loves me. Isn't it lovely when the one you love is the one